Caitlin Clark and Simone Biles face pressure as American political activist calls for their opinion on transgender inclusion. Riley Gaines, a prominent advocate for fairness in women's sports, has called on high-profile athletes like Caitlin Clark and Simone Biles to join her in speaking out against the inclusion of transgender women in female athletic competitions. Gaines has been vocal about her stance since Leah Thomas, a transgender swimmer from the University of Pennsylvania, set NCAA women's records during the 2021-22 season. Gaines' appeal to Clark and Biles. Gaines believes that influential athletes like Clark, a basketball star, and Biles, a gymnastics legend, could significantly impact the conversation around transgender participation in women's sports. People who I think would be critical to this movement are, of course, people like Caitlin Clark, people like Simone Biles, which I think is definitely a stretch, but these are women who have been able to shatter glass ceilings and break barriers, who are role models to young girls across the country. Gaines told Fox News Digital. She added, to have them emphatically say they trans athletes do not belong in women's sports would be, the issue would be solved across all levels, like yesterday, if they were willing to do this. Backlash over Leah Thomas and Blair Fleming. The inclusion of transgender athletes like Leah Thomas and Blair Fleming, a player on San Jose State University's women's volleyball team, has sparked widespread debate. Gaines has taken legal action against the NCAA, alleging that SJSU's coaches and administrators withheld information about Fleming's birth sex. Brooke Slusser, Fleming's teammate, has joined Gaines in the lawsuit. Additionally, Slusser and 10 other current or former Mountain West Conference players, along with SJSU associate head coach Melissa Beatty-Smuss, have filed a separate lawsuit against SJSU's head coach, the university, and the Mountain West Conference. The plaintiffs are seeking to have Fleming declared ineligible for the MWC tournament, SJSU's wins vacated, and the team deemed ineligible for the conference tournament. And his stance on transgender athletes. In December, NCAA President Charlie Baker testified before a Senate committee, stating that he was aware of fewer than 10 transgender athletes competing in NCAA sports. Despite the relatively small number, the issue remains a hot-button topic, with advocates like Gaines pushing for clearer policies to protect the integrity of women's sports. The larger discourse. The discourse on transgender athletes in women's sports has clearly been polarizing, not just among the public, but also among sport insiders. Proponents of inclusivity and equal access and opportunity argue from their viewpoint, while opposition is stiffened, as in the case of Gaines, by the argument for biological fairness for females. While the debate may continue to evince arguments, it would certainly raise eyebrows when more high-profile athletes speak up, like Caitlin Clark and Simone Biles. Whether or not they chime in with their words at this time remains uncertain, but certainly, calls such as that made by Gaines keep ringing loud and clear.